3. Welcome back to another educational YouTube video
with Allison,
Sophia,
Giselle,
Kai.
So today we're going to be talking about the Four Freedom Speech,
What was its intent?
the impact, the reaction of the crowd, and the context behind it.
So on January 6, 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered one of the most powerful speeches in American history, his Four Freedom speech. It was a call to an action, a vision for a world where every person, regardless of their nationality, would enjoy 4 essential freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, and freedom from fear.
What was the context?
At the start of 1941, World War II was already devastating Europe and Asia. Nazi Germany had already conquered much of Western Europe, and Japan was expanding its empire in the Pacific. Although the United States had not yet entered the war, Roosevelt knew that the conflict threatened democracy worldwide. At home, America was still recovering from the Great Depression, and many Americans wanted to avoid getting involved in another global war. Isolationism was strong, and Congress was reluctant to provide aid to Britain and its allies.
So guys, what was the intent? The intent was a call to protect democracy. Roosevelt's speech had 2 main goals: to rally support for helping the Allies and to define a moral purpose for America's roles in the world. He argued that the U.S. could not stand by while authoritarian regimes threatened freedom and democracy. He made it clear that Americans had a duty to defend not just their own country, but the fundamental rights of all people.
Period.
So, what was the reaction to the speech? The reaction was a divided public response. The speech received mixed emotions. Many Americans supported Roosevelt's call to aid Britain, seeing it as necessary to stop the spread of tyranny. However, isolationists criticized him, arguing that he was pushing the country towards war. Still, the speech had a lasting impact. It helped shift public opinion, making Americans more open to aiding the Allies. Less than a year later, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, the U.S. would enter World War II.
So what was the impact? The impact was shaping the future. The Four Freedom speech became a defining moment in American history. It inspired wartime efforts, from propaganda posters to war bonds, and influenced global politics for years to come. Roosevelt's vision would later shape the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the creation of the United Nations. The idea that all people deserve freedom of speech, religion, economic security, and safety remains a cornerstone of democracy today.
To summarize the Four Freedom Speech,
Franklin D. Roosevelt Four Freedom speech wasn't just about preparing for war. It was about defining what America stood for. Over 80 years later, his words still reminded us of the power of democracy and the responsibility to defend it.
Thank you for coming back to another YouTube video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'm doing a giveaway.
We're giving away
A free iPad for the first person that comments, and the first person that likes, and the first person that subscribes. So, thank you. Bye!